Hello, my YouTube family. It is so wonderful to be catching up again with you after the experience that was the Gaia Channeling Conference and the one-day event in Boulder, Colorado. I have indeed left Boulder now. I'm in Denver for a couple of days, and I just walked into my new accommodations, and I'm loving the place. And I wanted to share with you some of what occurred with me, for me, to me during the time that I spent in Boulder. First of all, everyone was amazing. I have never been in a situation where consistently for 7 days, every single person I bump into, whether it be the concierge at the hotel, whether it be the driver that was taking me to and from the studios, whether it be the executives of Gaia itself, or anyone along my journey, including the people who helped me at the one-day event, including the people who participated in the one-day event. Every single one of you was unbelievably, was it just amazing, really amazing. So I wanted to say thank you right away for everyone being so unbelievably amazing throughout the time that I've had this experience here in Boulder. So to start out a little bit of the story of how my time went here, the first thing that occurred was I almost didn't catch my second flight. I flew from Milan to Germany, and that flight was about an hour late. Considering my transfer was only about an hour and a half, that made it really difficult to catch the second flight. And I was running through the airport. Vagrein explained the whole thing in the one-day channeling event on the 20th, so I'm not going to go into it again, but I just made the flight at the nick of time, which was such a relief and also had caused so much adrenaline in my system that, of course, I didn't relax at all for the second flight, which was 10 hours of watching movies. And what did I watch? Well, I did watch the One Love, the Bob Marley movie again. You might not know this about me, but I am a huge Bob Marley fan, feel a very deep connection to Bob Marley on a spiritual level, and even did my religion thesis on Rastafarianism at the end of high school. So there you go. Some tidbit about me. Then I arrived in Boulder, was transferred to the hotel, and it was just this most beautiful hotel, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So I relaxed for a little bit, chilled out for a little bit. And what did I do the first night? Oh yeah, I went for dinner. I went and got myself dinner, had a giant hamburger, and sat on the street. I didn't expect it to be as warm as it was, so I sat sort of out, not on the street. There was no cars. I sat at a table outside of a restaurant that was on the pedestrian walkway of Pearl Street. So it was really lovely to enjoy that. Then what did I do? Next day I woke up, and since my suitcase didn't make it on my flight, I wake up the next day and I realized, gee, you know what happens if I don't receive my suitcase on time? What happens if it's the channeling conference and my suitcase still hasn't arrived? So what I did was I said, okay, today I'm going to, before I go to the spa, I did get the bathing suit, I'm going to go all around Boulder and I'm going to hunt for a hairbrush and another outfit. Luckily, Vagrein had told me to pack a small trolley that I used as a carry-on. And in that, I had a little bit of makeup, though I didn't need makeup because of the channeling conference, they had their own makeup artist named Beth, who's awesome. And so what I ended up doing was saying, gee, I don't have a hairbrush. For some reason, Vagrein did tell me, it's not true, I was about to blame them. Vagrein did tell me to put a hairbrush into the bag, but I was like, what do I need 2 hairbrushes for? So what did I do? I spent the whole morning walking around Boulder looking for a shop that would sell hairbrushes. And the funny thing about Boulder is it's a town where you can have anything that you want. There are gorgeous boutiques. There's so many wonderful gift shops. There's housewares. There's design. There's art. There's fashion. There's so many gorgeous things. But it's also a town where you can't get anything you need. So there's no little supermarket. There's no little pharmacy. Those are a 30-minute walk outside of town. So I figure I have the whole day to spare. I will, take the 30-minute walk and walk to the nearest Target and go ahead and buy a hairbrush and some of the other bits and pieces that I needed. So I walk all the way out there. It was a long walk, but it was nice. It was a beautiful day. And I arrive at Target and I get on my trolley and I spend way too much time there. And I got a whole bunch of things I needed for the channeling event. And I go through the checkout and I even had to buy myself a backpack so I could carry everything. And then I was like, oh gosh, I got to get my phone, my American phone PIN card, my SIM card recharged. So I went over to the phone store, and in the rush to go to the phone store, I hadn't bought a hairbrush. So I was already halfway back when I realized my error, that I still didn't have a hairbrush to brush my hair before the Gaia event, and I was heading back to my hotel. Stopping in all the shops looking for a hairbrush, and I just couldn't find one anywhere. There was nothing that was suitable. I did end up getting sort of a temporary comb and like doll's hairbrush type of situation for last resort. And then I said, you know what, I'm going to hope for the best. I'm going to hope this suitcase is going to arrive on time for me to have my shower and do my hair tomorrow. And enough of this, I'm going to go and do what I want to do, which is going to the spa. So I go to the spa, and then I go and I'm about to get to leave the spa to go back to my room. And I walk into the bathroom of the spa, and there's a bucket like this big, and it's just full of hairbrushes. So, you know, that's the practical joke of the universe. Anyway, that was the funny thing that happened on the way to Boulder. And then that night, I met some friends for dinner. I met Dooley and some friends who'd flown in from out of town. And we ended up at Pedros, which is the slogan of Pedros. I ended up at Pedros, which is a great little Mexican restaurant if you're ever in Boulder. So go ahead and end up at Pedros. There's my advertisement. They're not actually sponsoring me, don't worry. Then after that, what I did was got ready for relaxing and getting ready for the event. Got picked up early in the morning, brought to Gaia. It was a quick, super professional makeup, get ready, and popped me right on stage. And Vagrein was amazing. First of all, I felt so excited, nervous, all the feelings. And then the minute they came in, they were utter perfection. I was just washed over with complete calm, settled right in, and they delivered a beautiful transmission for you guys. I hope that you agree. Do leave a message in the comments to let me know how and if, and even if you watched the transmission, how it impacted you. I'd love to hear. I'd love to have your feedback. I heard from quite a few of you already that you enjoyed it, that it was something that was beautiful. And I think quite a few of you might be here from having seen that to begin with. So welcome. So, it was so beautiful to go on first because there were no nerves after that. I had never met any of the people I was working with either before. So I had basically the 30 minutes from walking through the door there to going on stage to get settled in, to get psyched up, to get ready, to shine, to do what I do. And I think that the speed of that actually worked to my advantage because then I didn't have time to get worried about it. I did see some of the other channels backstage after I came off, and that was super cool to meet some of them, to get to know them. Then it was lunchtime. After some of the other channels went on, and got to have lunch in the boardroom of Gaia. And those offices are unbelievable. There are giant crystals everywhere. If you were at the event, you saw this huge human-sized clam-shaped crystal at the entrance to the Gaia sphere, but they also have enormous crystals all over the offices. It's really such a wonderful space, such a wonderful atmosphere. Plants and people smiling and these giant crystals. And my goodness, if I was going to work in an office ever again, it would be someplace like Gaia. After lunch, had a quick walk in the gardens, got to meet a couple of you, which was really a wonderful experience for me. Got to chat with a bunch of people and get to know you a little bit. And then it was time for Kryon to go on, followed by Bashar. So I got to see both of those as well and really enjoy watching other channels do their thing, which I don't normally get a chance to do. Later in the evening, I got to have drinks and some snacks with all the people that were working on this project for Gaia, and also with the other channels that were participating, getting to know them a little bit and getting to know a lot of really cool people that came to the drinks, everyone with a wonderful story, and many of who have agreed to come on the Some Kind of Mystic podcast. So stay tuned for some really amazing episodes that will be coming up in 2025. I'm so excited about that. You are going to be blown away by these interviews. The next day was the one-day intensive channeling event with Vagrein and Dooley. And so we got together at the Dairy Arts Center, right in the center of Boulder, and it was really amazing. There were about 20, 22 people there, all beautiful people who had this energy of open-heartedness, ready to receive, ready to share. And the transmissions were on fire. It was amazing what was coming through with Vagrein about getting your desires fulfilled, manifesting the reality that you want, and stepping into your true full nature. I love these one-day events, I swear, because they are so much fun to do. They feel so good. And then afterwards, I get to really connect with the people that were in the participant group. And we had such a lovely time sitting around a fire pit, having chats, talking about human design, talking about channeling in general, talking about our personal lives and the hobbies and things that we love to do. And for those of you who were there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It was amazing to get to know you. And I'm so thrilled to be on this journey with you in this same time-space continuum. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Monday, I had a full day to recharge and relax. Then Andy, Dooley, and I went and checked out some of the nature nearby, went for a bit of a hike, which for me is really just pulling the car up to something that looks like a path, getting out a little bit and wandering around. Not much of a hiker. I did find out, however, that I have a severe fear of heights because at a certain point, you know, Andy being a local at this point was sort of jumping around onto the rocks, and I was following him because we were chatting. And then at a certain point, my body was like, nope. And it just kind of melted down into a little ball and went like, I'm not going any further than this on the side of a rock. And that was it. I wasn't going any further up the mountain or up this rock formation. That was it for me, for my hiking, for my nature study. But it was beautiful, beautiful views. It was super windy, but the sun was on our faces, and it was just a glorious experience to enjoy. We managed to go for dinner as well and had some yummy sushi, which was great. Tuesday and Wednesday, I was back in the Gaia Studios working on a project that is to be determined. And so I can't tell you very much about that, but you will find out about it eventually if it does come to fruition. So I'm excited that there are some mysteries that are awaiting you that will come about sooner or later. And then today was my last day at Boulder, and I chilled out again, went back to the spa, relaxed, enjoyed myself, and now I will be having a couple of days in Denver. So I hope you like my recap. I know a lot of you were wondering how things went with this experience and were rooting me on and cheering for me, and I totally appreciate that. I'm so grateful for your participation in my journey, your participation in the Vagrein story, because each and every one of you is someone who, by being here, is contributing to the spreading of Vagrein's message to the entire world. And your continued enthusiasm for this work, your continued support of this work, whether you like or comment, subscribe, leave me a note, check out my website, whatever it is, really is what keeps me going, keeps me motivated. And amazing things, as you can see, happen because the word is spreading and because you guys are gaining benefit from what Vagrein is sharing. So I'm so grateful for you. As always, you are my sunshine. And hopefully this video is going okay because I see that the camera is directly in the sun. So hopefully I have recorded some semblance of a quality of video. Anyhow, guys, I love you. Please make sure to sign up for the free event on November 11th. You can go over to www.jpherman.com/events, and that will be on Zoom. So come one, come all. We are already over 150 participants for that event, so it might feel a little different than the previous ones where everyone got their questions answered, but do bring your questions and know that if your question isn't answered, then you're still gonna have something that is of benefit for you, that will be transmitted for you through one of the other participants' questions or through Vagrein's transmission itself. So I can't wait to see you there. I'm so excited to continue this journey with you, and I'm sending absolutely all of my love. Bye-bye.